There you are, in the dark of night, trousers about your ankles, stumbling for a plunger. Dear God, man, you need not suffer such odoriferous vexation. Gather yourself and phone Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery, your trusted, tried and true champion of the loveliness of your loo, as well as both fluid and solid human refuse removal. Since the time of King James II, Percival Plum and his ensemble of excremental experts have been solving every manner of toiletry turmoil since the hideous, unsavory, garish floral patterns and dietary and sanitary restrictions of the medieval era. Today, at Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery, we utilize state-of-the-art, laser-guided techniques to preserve the ancient, rustic glory of your most precious, pampering, and personal privy space. And, of course, any fecal maleficence. You are the master of your house. You shan't be expected to snap on a latex glove, reaching into the cursed commode to clear out your family's leavings. Allow Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery to not only extract your unmentionables, but also to transport them free of charge to the local botanical gardens where they belong. Preserve your pipes and poopery with no one else but Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery. God save the throne!
Before history was history, fools were we. Then we climbed a tree and finally we could see. Internet made us smart, now know everything, do we? Thus we share with thee these trifleries, till nobody learns nothing.
So I think we're clear now to start talking about the really strange stuff.
Well,
okay,
like,
please do.
These traditions you've been discussing are fairly, may I say, traditional. Like everyone has heard of the Easter Bunny and the Fairy Bunny and the Easter Fairy. But have you ever heard of Frozen Dead Guy Day?
Oh,
that's a roughly 23-year-old tradition.
Oh, okay.
That is based in the great state of Colorado, and this is an annual festival that is currently held in Estes Park, Colorado, but began in Nederland, Colorado, just about an hour south of Estes Park.
Wait, Colorado has a Nederland too.
It does. Which other Nederland were you thinking of?
No, there's a Nederland, Texas.
That's the Netherlands hop.
Got it.
Yeah.
There is a Nederlands, Texas.
There's a lot of Nederlands.
Big populations of Dutch in these various states. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So the story begins. The reason there is a Frozen Dead Guy Day in Colorado is because of a fellow named Brito Morstel, who was...
Did you say Greedo?
Brito with a B.
Oh, Brito.
Bouncing baby boy.
Cousin to Guido.
Greedo. I know who you're thinking of. But yeah, this fellow lived in Norway. He was Norwegian. And in 1989, in Norway, he died from a heart condition at the age of 89. He was 89 years old. He had been born in 1900. He was Norwegian.
Wow.
However, he had some family that lived in the United States of America. His daughter, her name was Aud Morstel, A-U-D, Aud. Wow. And his grandson,
that's odd.
His grandson.
I mean, come on.
No, you did the right thing. His grandson was named Trygve. Trygve. He lived with his mother in Colorado. And when Grandpa died in 1989, they were somehow able to forgo the traditional burial in Norway and instead arranged for Grandpa to be packed in dry ice and shipped to the
shipped to
What
the
the-
U.S.
You see, Odd and her grandson, or her son Trigvi, who is Grandpa Burrito's grandson, Odd and Trigvi were very interested in the science of cryonics or cryogenics, and they wanted to pack Grandpa Burrito in dry ice and bring him to the States, where they were hoping to set up a cryogenics facility of their own one day. So what they were able to do, allegedly,
So, why? I mean, like they're going to bring him back someday.
yeah, that's the whole idea.
Okay.
Like you've heard of Walt
Yeah.
Disney, like Walt Disney wanted to be frozen.
Walt Disney, yeah.
So that he could be brought back to life. The science of cryogenics is very what's the best word? Squishy. Like they
Not
they do,
yet.
They do
Once they
know
thaw them out, they are.
they do know how to freeze, bring a body down to very sub Kelvin temperatures. However, the technology required to revive them or cure their disease or whatever it is not around yet.
Hasn't
so it's
been developed yet.
So it's just like this is a big gamble, but I guess if you want to spend all that money to freeze your
so do
grandpa,
they zap them? So do they freeze them before they die, or wait till they die and then quickly freeze?
No,
them?
they freeze them before they die. That's how they die. They kill them. They freeze them.
Not maybe in Walt Disney's case, not in this case. Grandpa Burrito died, and so they're hoping one day in the far off future we'll be able to revive the dead, depending on their cause of death. Like if it was a heart attack,
so let's just keep him around until then.
Yeah. Because he died of a heart condition.
That's what everyone wants.
One day we'll be able to jumpstart the heart and bring him back to life and cure all of his other ailments, and he'll be around for another 30 years or 100 years or whatever we'll be able to do with life expectancy in the year 12,000. So so what this part of the story is a little squishy, but they were able to get Grandpa Burrito packed in dry ice in Norway, shipped to the Transtime Cryonics facility in Oakland, California, where he was placed in liquid nitrogen for nearly 4 years.
Whoa.
And that's how they do it in the proper official scientific cryonics facilities. It's liquid nitrogen. So in 1993, Odd and her son Trigvi felt like they were ready to get things started in their hometown of Needleton, Colorado, to house Grandpa Burrito.
I'll be here all night.
So they brought Grandpa Burrito from Oakland, California, up to Needleton, Colorado, who were ready to start trying their own cryonics facility. They weren't quite ready, but they felt that they were ready. So what they did was in 93, they brought Grandpa Burrito, the corpse, to town and basically
the party animal.
What time of year was it? Was it like January? I mean, did they go through it?
That'll change things.
Yeah, I think they did.
It's like August.
August is no good.
Well, their big
you want to
idea.
see Burrito dance?
Well, I mean, if they wanted to thaw him out at the same time, was it a
No. They wanted to keep him. They
effort?
wanted to keep him frozen. Like they were hoping to start a cryonics facility in Needleton, Colorado. So their big idea was, well, we've got this tough shed in the backyard. So what we'll do is, we'll just build.
They got at the Home Depot.
Yeah, exactly. We'll build a giant cooler in there, big enough for a coffin, and then space around it. And we'll put the coffin at the bottom of this giant cooler in the tough shed, and then just pack it with dry ice and just keep it packed with dry ice year round. Like it doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. Obviously, in January, February, it would be cold out, but it's not cold enough for like cryonics. Dry ice. Dry ice will bring the corpse down.
You mentioned
to like
the
negative.
money. This does sound very expensive.
Well, a cryonics facility would be expensive because they're using liquid nitrogen, which brings the body down to negative 200 degrees. Dry ice only brings it down to negative 110 degrees, but dry ice is a lot easier to get a hold of.
And
So
you can pick that up at the Piggly Wiggly.
yeah. In Nederland.
Yeah.
And that's what they were going with. And so they're like, look, we're just going to keep grandpa on dry ice and as long as it takes. And then I presume other members of the town will be like, I'd like to do that too. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, who would shy away from such a thing?
yeah, that's what the Morstells thought. Unfortunately, legal troubles got in the way.
Oh no!
Poor Trygve had been in town on a student visa, which had expired like 10 years prior, and finally they found him out, and he got deported.
The law caught up. Huh?
Yeah, Trygve, who was like the mastermind of this whole thing, got deported. His mom,
ironically, got deported by ICE.
Ayo.
Thank you,
Wow.
thank you.
Hang on. We're here all week.
I don't know if it's irony. Now that I think about it,
It's something. It's something. So poor Odd was forced to deal with her son being deported and also her father being on ice, trying to keep that going. She also had some trouble when she was evicted.
like psychological troubles.
No, legal trouble. When she was evicted from her home because the home had neither electricity or plumbing.
Oh, what year is this?
1994, 95.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, is that her fault that it didn't have electricity or plumbing? Like she forget to pay
probably.
did she forget to pay her plumbing bill? Or
Or
was
her
there just no
ice
plumbing?
bill?
Yeah.
Was there just no electricity and plumbing in the house?
Right, in the house. Obviously, there was plenty of dry ice for Grandpa Burrito in the tough shed, but in the house itself, she had gone without. Maybe to pay the dry ice bill, like she had to make some sacrifices.
I would think she would. I mean, but my gosh, how do you?
Like, this story is wild. The story is wild, and it's
that's bonkers.
We're only part way through, and so
look at John's face. I wish you folk at home could see John's face. He's very
It looks like I've been on dry ice with Grandpa.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Burrito.
If
If you would care to join our Patreon, one day you might be able to see John's face at this moment. Which
that's not a selling
agree.
point. We should cut that out.
yeah, no. If you don't want to see John's face, join Patreon.
Join our Patreon. So Odd was in a terrible position. She was evicted. It looked like she was also going to be headed back to Norway to like stay with, family. And what was going to happen with Grandpa Burrito? Like he had to be kept on dry ice. She was desperate. And so she went to the local media and she decided like they had kept for a couple of years, like they'd kept this a secret cleverly. Like that was the smart thing to do. Like we've got our dead grandpa in a shed, frozen. We don't want to let this get around. But Odd was desperate, and she was like, "I need help. I'm going to be headed back to Norway. I need help to keep Grandpa on ice so that one day in the near future his cure for heart failure is found and he can be brought back to life."
Can you keep Grandpa on ice?
Were they thinking like, dude, this is just around the corner? I mean, it's imminent. It's going to happen any day now.
I mean,
they're gonna solve all the world's health problems.
Like, what do you think?
We can bring Burrito right back.
What do you think Walt Disney thought in the 1950s? He was like, here's what I want to do. I want to be frozen because I'm sure whatever I got 5 years, 10 years from now, they'll have it figured out. Yeah. Like the medical technology is progressing so quickly.
And I will not have been degrading biologically speaking. My body will still be in full tact.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be great.
I'm going to keep this hip problem. I'm going to wake right back up with this hypertension. Can't wait.
Yeah. So Odd went to the media and she found a reporter who
surprise, surprise, was very interested to know that they had their grandpa frozen in a shed on their property. And
I'd pick that story up.
Yeah, they picked that story up, and the town went wild. And the city council of Needleland was very displeased to learn that there was a dead body in storage in the backyard.
And we're encouraging others to do the same.
So yeah, not only did the city council not go, oh, odd, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize Grandpa Brito was his livelihood was riding on all this. Tell you what, we'll forget the eviction. Stay in your house without electric or plumbing, whatever it takes. Like, they did not say that, and they also said, like, now we're going to make a law that dead bodies are not allowed to be stored on a property. And like, we're also going to throw you in jail. However, so they made the city council, because of Odd's media story, was like, well, we got to make new laws. This is crazy. We can't have people knowing that in Nederland it's okay to store frozen bodies in the backyard. What the heck? So they made this law. However, Grandpa Brito had already been stored there. Like, the law was established in 95. Grandpa Brito had come to stay in 1993. So guess what happened? He was grandfathered in.
Hey, yeah.
The law did not apply to Grandpa Brito. He was allowed to stay. Odd had to leave. Like, she was the eviction stayed, but because of the media story, the town rallied around the Morstells, and they were like, this is too good. We got to keep this going. And so the town held a fundraiser. They raised money for caretakers to take care of Grandpa Brito, even though Odd had to leave the country. Trigby was gone.
Is he still there? Is he still there?
Yes.
Get out of town. Really? If you go to Nederland, Colorado, you can still see Grandpa Brito?
There's a small wrinkle, but yes. The basic answer to your question is yes. So for 20 years after Odd had to leave, Grandpa Brito stayed. The town hired, and the Brito family in Norway sent money too for caretakers local to Nederland to keep going to the tough shed and packing it with dry ice.
Wow.
And
but what I want to know is who ended up moving into Odd's house? Like, well, there's a little caveat to living here.
Right.
It's a good price. However,
there's a guy in your
there's
shed.
a tough shed out back.
And
we don't recommend you put your lawnmowers in there.
He ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, he's grandfathered in. We can't get rid of him. I mean, it's the city council can't do diddly squat about it.
Yeah.
So what I suggest is you heat up that green bean casserole and just don't think another thing about it.
You know what they call that in the real estate business? An amenity.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the city council got hip to this. Like, in the winter in Colorado, there's not much going on. Like, if you're not in a mountain town, and Nederland is not, there's not much happening. It's cold, it's miserable, and
there's a dead guy in your backyard.
There's a dead guy in your backyard. So, like, a lot of Colorado towns like this will think of, like, how can we, like, get tourists here? Like, so they would hold like a winter festival where they would do very wintry things that you can only do up in Colorado if you're not skiing.
Like Shiver.
Like the polar plunge or nonsense like that. And so they would have a winter festival, but the city council was like, wait a minute. We can turn this to our favor. Because, like, we have a frozen dead guy in Nederland, and no other town in Colorado, in Flatlands, Colorado, has this. And
that's
so
just forward thinking right there.
They decided to have their first Frozen Dead Guy Day, a festival.
And what day is that day?
It is March 13th through 15th. They make it a weekend.
Spring.
Oh, it's a whole weekend. How delightful.
So
while things are warming and thawing.
So they decided to do this in 2002, 23 years ago. They had their first Frozen Dead Guy Day and publicized the fact that Grandpa Brito was there Frozen in Needleton, Colorado. And they had like live music and eccentric events like coffin race, a hearse parade, the polar plunge, a frozen salmon toss, a royal blue ball. Get it? A fashion show, a Bloody Mary brunch, etc. And these days, 15,000 people show up for this festival.
Wow.
My gosh.
I thought
we need to broadcast. We need to do a podcast from there. We need to go there and just do a podcast from there.
That's a part of vanishing America.
It's true.
Yes, man.
So you
don't see stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, that's a good vanishing America, right?
One of the caretakers that was paid by the family and the town from fundraisers was a guy named Brad Wickham, who became known as the Iceman. Val
Kilmer, R.I.P.
cometh.
There are multiple videos showing the tough shed, showing the cooler being opened, showing the coffin, but the coffin is sealed. The coffin is chained to the bottom of the cooler. Like no one has opened the coffin ever. And so Brad Wickham, the Iceman, is like in this video that I saw, and anyone can see it, is like, frankly, no one really knows what his condition is.
Dude, this could all be bullshit. There might not be anything in there.
Anything. It's all liquefied. Kind of like a chrysalis.
Yes, or to Kyle's point, literally zero things inside the coffin.
Yeah.
Like it could
the
be
whole
an empty
thing
coffin.
Could be a creation.
But the legal record.
I want to see them. Now I'm skeptical.
So
now you run the risk though of if you open it.
I think this is possible.
What, he's going to pop out and like start murdering people? What is he going to do?
Easy.
I'm sorry.
Easy. So the Morstells, in their desire to open up their own cryogenics facility in Needleton, Colorado, took some shortcuts in a professional, state-of-the-art cryogenics facility. Liquid nitrogen is used. And also in my modern cryogenics, there are steps that are taken to prepare the body to be stored at negative 200 degrees Celsius. Like a bunch of oxygen is pumped in to keep the organs oxygenated before freezing. There is like an organic, basically antifreeze that is sent through the bloodstream to protect the organs from
Prestone has a big market there.
Like none of this happened in Grandpa Brito's case. Like he was dead in '89. They packed him in dry ice. Kept him on dry ice at some point for 4 years.
To some Appetite for Destruction, just ready to go, and then bang.
Yeah, I would just love it if they finally did just one day Brito, just like they're having their festival, and all of a sudden the door to the tough shed opens up, and there's Brito.
So
I'm surprised they don't have like a Brito, like somebody who's going to be Brito this year. And ride as the master of ceremonies in the parade.
Like zombie Brito.
Brito.
Yeah. There's lots of cosplay at the festival. Like people are definitely like full blue makeup, like frozen zombie type thing.
Wow.
But here's
they created
the update.
Their own tradition. So John, you can create yours.
Yes. Here's the update. Grandpa Brito was kept in the tough shed on dry ice until August of 2023, roughly a year and a half ago, when he was transferred to, at the time, the brand new International Cryonics Museum in Estes Park, Colorado, 1 hour north on the ground. This new Cryonics Museum is housed on the grounds of the Stanley Hotel. Anyone heard of that?
No way.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Dude, that's where I got engaged.
I knew it.
Not at the Stanley,
is all adding
but
up.
in Estes Park.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. No, but we had a drink at the Stanley to toast our engagement.
Before you got the hatchet out?
Wow.
To cement your love?
Stanley Hotel, you should know.
The Stanley Hotel, of course, that's from the Stephen King novel, The Shining.
Yeah.
That's why y'all went there, I would assume.
Well, yeah, it is.
Wanted
I mean,
to
that's
murder.
the Stanley
of-
Hotel. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park is much different than the one that's in the movie.
Is that the inside or the outside? Because there's two.
Well, the original Stanley Hotel is where this story originally took place. In the movie with Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall, it's the Stanley, but that's not they don't show the hotel. They show a different hotel.
They show an outside and the inside is different. There's two different hotels.
Okay, well that I don't know. I just know it's not the Stanley is. I mean, the
will
Stanley
fight
Hotel.
you, John Swayze.
You can,
Fellas,
and if
easy.
you beat me, I will throw myself into a tub of dry ice, and I will come back to life in 40 years. And
yeah,
kick
we'll
your ass
continue
then.
this later, John.
Yeah.
Swayze.
Okay. Just take it easy, fellas. So we're nearly to the end of the story. So anyway, Grandpa Brito was moved up to Estes Park, where there is truly, really an International Cryonics Museum now.
Wow.
And he's back in liquid nitrogen where he belongs. I have not heard if the corpse is visible, like if it's a, glass or, bulletproof glass type of, storage.
Circus freak.
But they still do the festival?
Yes, they moved the festival up to Estes Park. It's more popular than ever, and now in its 23rd year. So it's held in Estes Park now, around Grandpa Brito.
I really, really think, Jay, this actually, if you want to really get to it, I think as bizarre as it is,
I want to get to it.
I think this goes back to what you were talking about earlier about your corporate traditions. I think this is big cryogenics trying big dry ice.
They're the winners here. Who's selling all this dry ice?
Who's selling it?
Yeah, who's making the money? The dry ice guy is making.
We got to
the money.
move this dry ice. What are we going to do? You know what? I got an idea.
Follow the money.
Let me tell you something. My great aunt Dorcas worked for the Campbell Soup Company, and she came up with an idea. And I think we've got something here. We're going to put old Brito in a can, and we're going to pack it with dry ice.
Yeah,
and put French fried onions on top, and by God, it's going to be something. And that's what they did.
Dorcas, we have a real problem. What can you do?
All we need
but I totally agree. Like, I think as in my research has kind of meted this out, which is like there are indeed pure traditions. Like they're, sacred and kind and good and pure, like, grandma's bread pudding recipe that must be recreated every year. Otherwise it's not
without oysters.
It's not a Dorcas family tradition if grandma doesn't make the bread pudding. But there are others of that are all about the dollar. Like the Needleton City Council was like, we got to get this dead guy out of here. Wait a minute. What if we make the dead guy?
Whoa. How can we make a buck off the dead guy?
Exactly. That's what they
believe
did.
I believe the words, how do we parlay? How do we leverage this to our advantage?
We're stuck with this dead guy. What are we going to do with it?
Like
you know how much money this has cost us in Nederland, the taxes that we've had to pay just to keep this guy alive.
The dry ice guy is
let's turn this
going
around.
Off the charts with his pricing here.
Hey, let's not make it a Nederland problem. Let's make it a Nederland solution.
Yeah. Like from January to March, we got nothing going on. It's cold as ass. It sucks here.
All we got is dry ice and a dead guy.
Yeah, we have our dumb polar plunge festival no one comes to.
I think at the end of the day, Jay, whether you're talking about the family tradition, the corporate tradition, everything.
That's not a word, by the way.
It all just makes us feel good.
Yeah, I like feeling good.
It makes us feel warm and connected, and we're in touch with our past because of these traditions, and this keeps those people alive.
Is this leading us somewhere, John? Do you have are you setting yourself up? I feel like you're setting yourself up.
No, I feel like that. Where do you find that body? you find them at the bottom of the barrel, which is where we find ourselves right now.
We are.
I forgot to tell you. 1 year the dry ice ran out, and all they had was 400 gallons of bourbon. So they had to store Grandpa Burrito in bourbon. Temporarily, he's probably fine at the bottom of the barrel.
There you have it.
So
well done.
Thanks. Oh, there's more where that came from. I found some other Whoppers, but I mean, there may be nothing to beat Grandpa Burrito, but I also discovered this strange one called the Shincotea Pony Swim on Shincotea Island, Virginia.
What is Shincotea?
Has anyone ever heard of? It is a place. It's an island called Shincotea. I'll spell it for you. It sounds a lot different than it's spelled. It is spelled CHIN, like chin, COTEAGUE, like teague. But it's pronounced with a soft CH, a Shincotea.
These aren't even real letters anymore. You're just making up letters.
I wish I were. The GUE is mostly silent. You can barely hear it when the locals pronounce it as Shincotea. And
my
it's an
wife
island.
just walked by and knows what you're talking about. So
good. This is great.
Yeah.
Finally,
Ponies?
someone's fine. Hey, hello.
Yeah.
So I had never heard of this in my GD life. It's a real thing. It's an island off the coast of Virginia, which is on the Atlantic Ocean. And imagine you're in Northern Virginia, and just off like as far away as Galveston Island is from mainland. It's a very short distance to get to this island.
Not far. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of Shincotea Island is another island named Assateague Island.
Assateague.
Assateague. It's spelled ASSATEAGUE.
Yeah. Assateague.
So both of these islands are separated by very small bodies of water from each other, and then from mainland
the Atlantic
Virginia,
Ocean.
On the Atlantic Ocean. And so the Shincotea Pony Swim is held every year in July. The first year was 1925. So when it takes place this July, it'll be the 100th year.
Oh, cool.
It is held annually by the Shincotea Volunteer Fire Company, and it involves taking ponies and forcing them to swim across the channel between the islands.
Oh. What do you mean forcing them? How do
push them into the water?
Yeah, basically. Like, have you seen horses swim in the ocean before?
They don't like to swim.
They don't like to swim.
They're not supposed to swim.
They can they can cross a river. Like they are able to swim. They don't care for it. You don't see ponies swimming a lot because they don't care to.
And they don't go in the ocean.
There's not a lot of saltwater ponies.
Are these shark-infested waters? I mean, the shark's just like, man, here it comes, boys. It's the pony buffet.
I mean, the water in the channel is fairly shallow. So not a lot.
Can they touch the bottom? Can they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, that's
like
that's
they are swimming. They are swimming indeed, but it's like,
okay,
let's imagine, I don't know,
maybe 10 feet deep,
10, 12 feet deep. Yeah. So deep enough they can't touch bottom, but like not a lot of sharks because the sharks are out mostly in open water. So what happens is every year,
the marine biologist.
So Assateague Island, the easternmost island away from the coast of Virginia, is a national wildlife preserve. And so there are these wild horse populations on Assateague Island. And they just live as wild horses, enjoying, romping around the island. Assateague Island is a lot taller from north to south than Shincotea Island. Sorry.
Yeah, Shincotea.
So Assateague Island.
Right.
How dare you?
My wife just confirmed this. She's very intrigued.
Yeah. So Assateague Island is tall enough that it is shared by Virginia and Maryland. Like Assateague Island has a border from north to south. The lower half of Assateague Island belongs to Virginia. The upper half belongs to Maryland. And so,
get out of town. Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, it's not that big. Like Assateague Island is like 4 miles tall.
Do they not agree? Could they not just
ponies-
go, look, guys, one of you take the island. Just here, you can have it.
Do the ponies adhere to these boundaries?
I don't think so.
Can
So
you drive on either side of the island with the driver's license? Or do you have to have a different license? Or
have you
Are there
ever
different
have you ever
laws?
taken your Texas driver's license to drive in Louisiana, John? Of course you're not allowed. You have to have a Louisiana driver's license. You know
Okay.
that if you've ever
All right.
gone to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe it was different on the island.
So apparently, I have a friend of the family who has gone to witness this
The
running
pony?
of the ponies.
Oh, this
The
is
swimming
amazing.
of the ponies.
yeah, I guess it is
Not
the
the running.
swimming of the ponies.
Yeah.
This
And
is so great.
that's the end of my story.
It's a good
Wow.
story. I can tell you a
Yeah.
little bit more. So every year,
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
every year they will send from Chincoteague Island, which is populated by human beings. They will
You
send.
just like saying shinkety.
I do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Oh.
fun. It's
Go
fun
ahead.
to say.
Go ahead.
John,
Say it again.
Swayze, say it. Say it.
Shinkety.
Yeah, it's nice.
Shinkety.
It rolls
Yeah.
trippingly off the tongue. It's pleasant.
Not many people know,
Rose.
but that's where Dorcas was born.
Shinkatingly.
Shinkety.
Of the-
Shinkety.
Clog of the Chincoteague clogs?
Mm.
Why, yes. That's where we hail from.
Crawl me like shinkety.
Clog want saltwater horse. Clog want swim horse.
So every year in July, riders, cowboys from all over the country will come to participate in this crazy thing where they will take their horses over to Assateague Island and round up the native population of
horses.
wild horses and drive them across the channel to Chincoteague Island to
What's over there? Why are they doing this? Yes. Big
because
question.
in Chincoteague, where you can easily, I mean, you can drive, you can take cars to Assateague Island, but there's not a lot of roadways. In Chincoteague, which is
If you
populated,
don't have if you don't have the proper license, you're out of luck.
they in Chincoteague they have a main street where they parade the horses to a carnival ground to auction off the foals.
Mm.
So this whole thing is a fundraiser back to following the dollar, but also they claim it's important for population control on Assateague Island. Like these
Right.
wild horses are just going to breed themselves into overpopulation, run out of hay, and just die of starvation.
Do people live on Assateague Island?
I mean, only members of the U.S. Forestry Service or whatever. It's
Okay,
like,
so it's like a real forest. I mean,
And
like a real park.
bronies.
yeah, it is.
Lots
it
of
is
bronies all over the place.
Dude, I would
mean,
think that's where the
wow. Wow,
BronyCon
wow.
takes place,
Wow.
man. It's
but I
like
mean, it
right
is
there.
at the whole of Assateague Island, both the Virginia portion and the Maryland portion is a national wildlife preserve.
Oh, Assateague is both states. I
Yes.
thought it was the other one.
No, Chincoteague is all Virginia. It's a shorter island.
I see.
So it's well within the Virginia border.
And
Assateague is
the
taller.
ponies are known as Shinkety ponies,
Yes. Yes.
not Assateague ponies,
right.
for the record.
That's right. Correct. It's
Look,
the
look at John.
Chincoteague.
Look how confused John Swayze
It's the
is right now.
Chincoteague Pony Swim. So the Chincoteague Fire Department is like, we got to do this because we have to help control the population on Assateague Island. So we got to go get the ponies and bring them over to Chincoteague Island to auction off the foals, and then send the mother's foalless back to Assateague Island, like sad and crying, like without their ponies, because we have to because population control. It's for their own good. No. And also we're making money for the fire department. So, that's good too.
Yeah.
It's a fundraiser. Like, people pay for the ponies. So here's what happens. The weekend prior, the pony swim happens on a Wednesday, as close as possible to
what is
on a
wrong
Wednesday.
With them? Who's scheduling this? That's ridiculous. You want people to show up. You don't go on a Wednesday. That's dumb.
Yeah. It's in the summer, I guess. So people are on summer vacation, hopefully.
Yeah.
The weekend prior to the Wednesday swim, the quote saltwater cowboys will start the roundup on Assateague Island. There are the population stays the same because of population control. So every year there are roughly 150 adult wild horses and about 60 to 70 foals that have been born in the spring.
And they have to swim, be forced to swim. So do how many die on the way?
Great question, Kyle. Always Kyle with the great questions. So every Wednesday, the ponies, it's like
can die.
It's like it's like cattle herding. Like they are driven and forced into the water, and the saltwater cowboys are on horseback, and their horses swim too. And so the wild ponies,
horses do this.
Yeah, their horses are trained to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the wild ponies,
they've developed webbed hooves.
These foals are hitting the water for the first time.
Yes,
to ever
correct.
Try this.
So what they say, so what they claim to like defend themselves, they're like, so of course we send veterinarians to Assateague Island well in advance. Like during the big horse drive over the weekend, we send veterinarians, and the veterinarians inspect the herd, and they pick out the oldest horses and the youngest foals that are too young to swim or too old to swim, and they're put on a trailer and taken by road to Chincoteague Island. But everyone else has to swim, by God. All of the rest of them have to freaking swim.
Dude, that just sounds like something Nazi Germany would do. I mean, why are we doing that shit?
Because it's tradition, like, John. It's tradition.
Force the horses. Yeah. You know how we could stop this right now? Just go get about 50 trailers, load them up with all the fucking horses, and get them off the island.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have tradition. John.
So,
well, everyone get your ass to Colorado and let's focus on the dead guy. But why are we? What a stupid fucking tradition, man.
So,
how is this not illegal?
So, back in 1925, my guess is they didn't send vets to Assateague Island to sort out the youngest and the oldest. They just swam all of them across.
Yeah,
and whoever made it,
and all the youngest and oldest died.
200 went in the water. It's like like Quint's speech, 1953. 1,500 men went in the water.
Yeah.
200 came out.
Right.
Sharks took the rest.
Today, in 2025, the Chincoteague Fire Department very proudly has a website where they talk about the proud tradition. They don't talk about how many might have died back in 1926 or 27. But these days, they're like, of course, we're super humane. We send a big fleet of veterinarians over to make sure the youngest and the oldest are kept safe. Don't worry. Only the healthiest ones are forced to swim in the ocean, which horses love to do.
Yeah, they love it.
They just
love it. Do you think there's like some big oligarch kind of guy just going, listen to me, Doc. All I want to know is, can the horse make it or not? Just tell me, can he make it or not? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
That's your job. I don't need you to tell me whether you think it's right or wrong. What I want to know is, can that horse make the swim? End of story. You tell me. We'll be right back after a few words from our sponsors.
Our sponsor this week is Trinicom Communications. When it comes to your business, you're the expert, and you need to stay focused on the things that you do best, and that's, well, running your business. And to do that, communication is key. You don't need network hiccups and access issues slowing you down. You need a data partner who gets you on track and keeps you on track. For 30 years, Trinicom's VoIP and data solutions have provided a full breadth of business communication essentials. Start with reliability and flexibility with Trinicom's cloud-based voice services. Eliminate the pitfalls of maintaining your own telephone system with Trinicom's hosted PBX. Enjoy the stability of business internet connectivity with Trinicom's state-of-the-art fiber internet access. Also, you can work with confidence, knowing you are backed by the security of the Trinicom cloud and server co-location, featuring multiple power backup systems, redundant cooling, and multiple Tier 1 bandwidth providers. And since Trinicom owns its own data center and telecom switch, they can provide service and solutions directly and quickly. On top of that, Trinicom's fully managed IT support staff is there to quickly tackle anything that may come your way. In fact, Trinicom can even design your website. So keep your business churning and your success growing. Let Trinicom handle the rest. To learn more, visit Trinicom.com. That's TRINICOM.com.
It's time for more Bottom of the Barrel.
So you have a tradition, and it starts to become dated and dangerous and behind the times.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just have these gladiators murdering each other in front of the masses because they're murdering each other in front of the masses. How do we kind of keep it safe? And and so this,
How do we
those
keep
little
gladiators
steps,
safe?
Okay. I'm sorry,
I'm
I
not
jumped
sure I
too
follow.
far. I'm sorry.
It's the lions that he's worried about. The lions that were sent into the ring.
So here
with the
we are.
gladiators.
We have a tradition of what Jay's talking about, and they're trying to say, "Hey, no, we have figured out a way to make this tradition
more palatable for modern audiences.
More palatable." So when does just the tradition become, oh, that whole tradition is unacceptable?
Yeah.
That we should just stop with this tradition because it's stupid.
Right. For sure, this has been done, right? Like there are, this is beyond the scope of my research for this particular week, but like for sure, there are traditions that were great and good. Like we do not indeed have, gladiator games now, but there's something close to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like boxing. Is the
MMA or the very popular American Gladiator TV show.
Just putting gloves on the fists was a big coup,
right?
But it caught on. World.
But surely, most assuredly, it would not be hard to find examples of traditions that have just.
Are you saying
died.
if we put gloves on the horses, that would be acceptable? Then?
Yes.
Flippers, at least flippers.
Yeah.
Flippers?
Yes. Yeah.
And scuba suit.
Little flippers.
And snorkels.
That's insane that this even still goes on. I mean, I've never heard of it. But it's insane. Like, who would go like, everyone, Maggie's making a picnic basket. We're going down to watch the horse crossing.
Well,
this is,
and I'm sure,
bitch, so
I'm sure going. I would be willing to bet you there are people in boats all over the place.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to be.
Like it is enormously popular. There are charter boats.
Yes, and if you, I just looked at the map, and you're right, Jay. It's kind of like a Houston or Texas coast Galveston. I mean, it can't be more than.
Oh, I know exactly how long it is. It is
how long is it?
It is 1,000 feet.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay,
that's short.
Yeah.
And the grand.
Then what are we complaining about?
It is equivalent. Like all of us have had kids on swim team. It's equivalent if your kid's swimming in a 25-meter pool, a 1,000-foot swim is equivalent to about 12 laps of the pool, which is a lot for a young child. But
yeah, my kids did.
For a horse, it's nothing.
Like you wouldn't send your 7-year-old to do 12 consecutive laps, but maybe the 14-year-old can do it okay.
Fifth of a mile. I mean,
no,
right?
The 14-year-old should be mowing lawns by them and not being a
not
lame
a stupid swim team
loser.
So what
That's
happens?
crazy.
Let me get a lightning round. What happens on this thing? So the weekend prior, the Cowboys go to Assateague Island, round up all of the horses. A veteran selects some that don't make the swim. They ship them across on a trailer. The rest of them
And
are
shoot them.
and shoot them in the head.
And shoot them in the head.
The rest of them are forced to swim on Wednesday. They are then given 45 minutes to rest, and then they're paraded down Main Street to the carnival ground where all the foals are auctioned off, including the foals that were sent on
Dead?
over on a trailer. No.
They dragged the
How
dead ones
dare
over
you.
and said, "Who wants this one for your hot dogs and your bologna?"
So the foals are auctioned off, and allegedly, some of the foals that are auctioned are then taken back to Assateague Island, and like two. It's like a turkey pardon. Two of the foals that are auctioned off are sent back to the island to help, keep the population going. Like some
to
young
warn the other horses.
some young horses kept in the population. As you can imagine, there are a number of groups that don't care for this tradition.
I would think so. PETA's got to be one.
PETA
of
is
the top ones.
And the ponies.
The ponies and PETA are two
Ponies
groups
against the ethical treat of animals. I don't.
Wow.
PETA is a major one. They've been after this event for years, but they hadn't gotten any traction until 2018 when there were 2 fatalities.
No.
As a result of the
equine fatalities.
Fatalities, yeah. PETA doesn't mind if
the
any of the
guys
Cowboys
floating
are
out
killed.
in their yachts betting on the which foal is going to succumb to the ocean.
Old Bill Bellamy fell off his yacht while gorging himself on green bean casserole.
Right. Thurston Howell III died of a heart attack, eating pate, watching the crossing in his yacht. PETA was up in arms. No. So in 2018, there were 2 equine fatalities. As a result of the pre-swim roundup, 3 horses got stuck in the mud on Assateague Island. 1 was discovered deceased. 2 others were in dire straits. They were pulled out of the mud.
Pre-swim. It was like the warm up.
So that's not the swim's fault. They could have done that anytime.
Yeah. No. It was from the roundup, like 5 days prior to the swim on Wednesday.
Before they even tried to swim.
Oh,
like the Cowboys go to Assateague Island to start the roundup. And so they're going all over the island to find all the pockets of wild horses and get them to that swim point at the south of the island. Yeah. And it takes a while to round them all up, and the horses are all over the place, and some escape or temporarily evade.
Steve the horse is still coming down from that whole weekend with his ex-wife.
Right.
He's all over the place indeed.
This is like Planet of the Apes when the monkeys are rounding up the people.
Yeah.
Just running through the things and they're round. It's not pleasant, for the horses.
Yeah.
So these fatalities are in the roundup?
Yes. And then the roundup, the horses are all over the place. They're trying to get away from the saltwater cowboys. Some of them get to the shore where the cowboys are not. They're stuck in the mud. The horses find them later. And on this particular year, during the 4 or 5 day roundup, some horses got stuck in the mud. They weren't discovered. By the time they were discovered, one of the horses was already dead in the mud, maybe suffocated. 2 of them were stuck in the mud in terrible shape, were pulled out of the mud and given immediate top-level veterinary care. The vets were only able to save one of those 2 horses. So ultimately,
top veterinary care, you mean they were put on dry ice and
shot in the head. Luckily, one of them
Shot in the head,
survived.
put on dry ice immediately, and
Sent
they're
to
gonna be
Disney
rallied.
World.
Sent to Colorado, actually, to
Yeah.
Estes Park, where they sit at the Stanley Hotel, cryovac'd and ready to go.
Yeah, doing just fine.
Once they find the cure for a bullet to the head.
Yeah. So this, as you can imagine, gave PETA a lot of ammunition as it were, ammunition for the head of the Chincoteague Pony Swim. And so,
See,
they
this
got
should
a
only apply
lot
to
of
the
news coverage. They got a
This
lot
should
of
only
PETA got a
apply
lot of
to
news
the
coverage.
roundup. They
Sure.
did not die in the swim. They died in the roundup.
Well, but the roundup was what was going to lead to the swim. Had there not been a
but
swim,
they died in the roundup. They need to improve
but
their
there would be no
roundup,
need.
not the
There would be
swim.
no need for a roundup if there's no swim. There shouldn't be a swim to begin with.
PETA does not only have objections to the horses having died in the roundup, they also don't like all the foals being taken away from their mothers before the sad horses are sent back to Alcatraz Island.
PETA doesn't like the hot dogs that are cooked the night before at the barbecue.
Yeah, you just can't please PETA at all, right?
Yeah.
Am I right, guys?
PETA's unpleasable.
They are
They hate
such
barbecue.
malcontents. But I'll try to lightning round this story,
Yeah.
this
All right.
third
Bring on some
strange
lightning
tradition.
round.
It is also based in animal cruelty and trying to make money off of animal cruelty. So I think you'll love it. This one is called the Headless Chicken Festival. This takes place in a place called Fruita, Colorado. It's a real place. We're
still in Colorado.
We're back in Colorado. Welcome back to Colorado. This is a real place called Fruita. It's spelled, as you might imagine, like the word fruit with an A at the end. It's on the Colorado River, very close to the Utah border on the west of Colorado. So far west Colorado. The festival is now nearly 26 years old. It takes place on my birthday, May 31st.
Oh, self-plug.
John Swayze.
Remember,
May 31st is a pretty good birthday, isn't it, John Swayze?
It is indeed.
Thank you.
My daughter Olivia, who's also one of our producers, is also celebrates that birthday.
And also was
Olivia's one of our producers?
Well, in a headless chicken swimming horse sort of way.
That's nice. So May 31st is the Headless Chicken Festival in Fruita, Colorado. The first year was 1999. And it all started, as with all of these festivals, it started with a whopper of a story. It started with the Olson family, who were farmers living in Fruita, Colorado in September of 1945, which, as you know, was at the end of World War II. While the official end of the World War II was September 2nd. This happened a little bit later in September, but many parts of the world were still fighting long after September 2nd. Yeah. So it was still wartime for the United States of America. And so during the 40s, many farmers were supplementing their rations with selling eggs, milk, chicken, preserving food. The Olsons were farmers. They were no different. And that month, they were preparing a batch of 40 to 50 chickens for market to sell. So they were raising chickens, and they were going to sell them at market. And so Lloyd Olson would cut the heads off the chickens, and Clara would pluck and clean the chickens, and they would take them to market.
Okay.
One of the chickens.
I like the older witchy Olson myself. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, brother. So one of the chickens that was due to be beheaded and sent to market was a rooster named Mike. And Lloyd on September 10th, Lloyd cut off Mike's head.
Oh.
And Mike ran around like a what's that term?
A chicken with its head cut off.
Yeah. That's it. He ran around like a chicken with his head cut off. But unlike most chickens with their head cut off, he did not die.
Oh.
The next morning, Mike was still walking around.
Oh, shit.
Like
Without a head.
Correct.
Oh,
he was headless.
Jeez.
The next morning, he was still walking around. And I'll skip ahead just to let you know what happened. Like his basic
Skip ahead. I heard that.
Come on, guys.
Hey.
It's who do you think you're talking to?
Come on.
But there's more to the story, but I'll go
Wilbur.
ahead and let you know. The basic brain stem was still intact, which basically means Lloyd was bad at his job. And Mike was still walking around in the morning. And before long, word spread around the neighborhood that there was a headless chicken at the Olsen farm. And people were stopping by to be like, hey, Lloyd, I heard you got a headless chicken. And he's like, there it is. And there was Mike, was still walking around without his head.
There he is.
And so
take him out.
And so, as you can imagine,
who are those folks? Who's walking up and saying that?
Fellow
John
farmer.
Swayze?
Fellow farmers, like neighboring farmers.
I just need John Swayze to pretend he's one of those.
No.
Hey.
Please don't do this, John. I have another role for you. It's coming right up.
Oh,
this is
enough,
very
fair enough. I'll wait.
I hate to cut you off, Kyle Jones.
Yeah,
but
don't stifle the creativity. But I hear you. I feel you.
Normally, I would never do this, but in this one case, you'll see where I'm headed. So.
Right.
Sure
a lot
enough,
of words like headed and cut off here.
In the mid 1940s, when you heard about something strange happening down the road, sure enough, not moments later, a promoter would show up. And there was a promoter named Hope Wade who heard about the famous chicken and came by to see it.
Hey there, kids.
And so old Hope Wade came by the Olsen farm to see this headless chicken. And he was like, Olsen family, are you in luck? I'm Hope Wade. We can make you $1.
Gonna make you rich.
So I would there's nothing like a 1940s promoter. And so John, if you would honor us with your Hope Wade impersonation, and I've got a script for you. It's real. Take liberty with this. But basically, I came with something like, "By Jingo, if there's a headless chicken running around, old Hope Wade can get in front of the next USO show."
By Jingo, if there's a headless chicken rolling around, I'll get you in front of the USO show. Hook up with old Hope.
You take it from old Hope Wade. If there's a quarter to be.
Let me tell you something. I've made horses swim across the Atlantic, I have.
Why, I came all the way over from Chincoteague, Virginia, where I made those cowboys 2 bicentennial quarters, I did, by swimming their ponies across a mile-long channel.
I tell you what, the future's so bright, who knows what can happen. Why, by golly, I see me cryogenically freezing a man to let him live forever. You just wait. You just wait and see what the future brings you. I guarantee you.
It'll
it's gonna
cost
be
you
bright.
one $1.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you what you do. You put your tooth on here under this pillow, and you just see what happens tomorrow. You just see.
I'll tell you, Olsons. Take it from me, Hope Wade.
Hope Wade. Would Hope Wade ever steer you wrong? I don't think so, folks.
All you need is an
he'll
ounce of
screw
hope.
you right. He'll screw you just right.
Step on up.
All you need is an ounce of hope, and I'll turn it into 100 bicentennial quarters. Yes, sirree, I'm Hope Wade. Anyway, old Hope Wade convinced the Olsons to take their headless chicken to University of Utah in Salt Lake to see – this is all true – to see if scientists could document that there was truly a headless chicken living in Fruita, Colorado. And
wait,
Olsons,
where did they take it?
The University of Utah in Salt Lake, not too far away.
How long does it take to get from Colorado to Utah with
to Salt Lake City?
Dead chicken,
not far.
Dying chicken.
As you remember, Fruita is on the western border of Colorado, like on the Utah border.
But nonetheless, this is in the 40s.
So they had a.
So they weren't on a speed
So
rail.
blood vessels and chicken necks were stronger back then.
Well, they had it on dry ice.
All right.
They did not have it on dry ice.
They did not. But
So yeah, the chicken so this part of the story is a little bit fuzzy. I'll get to it later. But anyway, the chicken was still, quote, alive. They put it in a cage and drove it over to the University of Utah. And the scientists there indeed agreed to look at the chicken. They were fascinated. They were delighted.
The chicken is still walking around?
Yeah. The chicken is walking around.
It just never stopped. It's just
correct. This guys, the story, like all the other stories, this story is wild. It's true. And it spawned a tradition.
No, it had RLS.
But I'm supposed to be lightning rounding this. I'm doing my best. I'm sorry. Like I shouldn't. A story like this needs time, but I'm going to try to get through.
Please
because,
do.
Yes, time is not our friend. Anyway, scientists determined that part of one ear, the jugular vein, and the base of the spinal column that controls motor functions were still intact because Lloyd was such a terrible butcher. Yeah. So that allowed Mike to live on. Local papers in Salt Lake were spreading the news that a chicken was alive without a head and in their town for a visit. So you can guess what happened.
I've never seen that headline in my own, Houston, Texas newspaper of a chicken still being alive.
That's because it didn't happen here.
Okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just,
It could happen tomorrow.
Salt Lake,
some good reason you haven't seen it.
Salt Lake City was big enough of a town. Salt Lake was big enough of a town that the papers reporting that word got around, and you can guess what happened next. Life magazine did a national feature on Mike in October of 1945. And then Old Hope Wade arranged a traveling sideshow, and the Olsons took Mike on a tour from California.
Was it a whistle stop?
I don't know what kind of a tour it was, but it was a tour that started in California because troops were arriving home at that time and docking in California, and the troops freaking loved Mike. So the troops arriving home from the Pacific Theater were like, hang on, there's a headless chicken here. I gotta see it. Like I haven't.
Boys, this is what we've been fighting for right here. Mike the Headless Chicken.
Save America and their headless chickens.
Yeah, I have not seen enough war atrocities in the Pacific Theater. I gotta see me a headless chicken. I will happily pay $0.25 to see it. So,
I've seen 20 headless people.
Yeah, and none of them were walking around.
But I need to see me a headless chicken.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead. So I told you I was skipping ahead a little bit, but thanks to the scientist in University of Utah, Lloyd.
No one's ever said that before. First time sentence right there.
That's not very nice.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Lloyd, the terrible butcher, learned something. He learned how to keep Mike alive by feeding him grain one piece at a time through the hole where his head used to be.
What the fuck?
Like he still had an esophagus.
So it would still go down. He could still process the food.
Yes.
That's
digest
so gross.
I'm sorry.
Kudos to the guy who did this. Because
chickens, as you know, chickens have a gizzard. Like that's how they grind up their food down lower in their body. They don't have to chew it. They just peck it. A whole grain goes down, and then it's ground up in their stomach. And so they could stick a piece of grain down the esophagus and through whatever peristalsis or whatever it's called. The grain would go down and get ground up and feed Mike.
And I would call that pure science and not humanity, because he wasn't doing it for any sort of empathy or sympathy.
No, just for a bicentennial.
Can we do this? Because there was no eye. Like, the whole, you can look something in the eye and then you see its window to the soul, right? This guy had none of that.
Right.
It wasn't like he looked at the little gerbil looking up of him sad. Yeah. He just saw an empty, gaping esophagus hole.
I'm just wondering what Mike the Chicken thought.
He's not thinking shit. He's just this is just an entity
He's just,
that's
but he's
alive.
walking around. He's eating grain through a hole in his
It's no
esophagus.
he. There's no she anymore. It's a living organism.
So while
is Mike just thinking this is my hell?
No, Mike's not.
I don't think so. I don't think he's thinking that or
Mike's
anything
not
at all.
thinking anymore.
So while they're at the University of Utah, one presumes that old Hope Wade, who was there with the Olsons and the chicken, were like, so tell me, Dr. Throckmorton, how do we keep this chicken alive for as long as possible? And Dr. Throckmorton was like, well, of course, what you need to do is take one piece of grain at a time and stick it down here in the esophagus. And then you'll need to give Mike water with an eyedropper. Here you go. We have a spare one. Get the cleanest water you can and just stick an eyedropper down his esophagus and give him water and grain, one at a time. And that's what they did. And would you fellas like to guess
how long?
Would you guess how long Mike lived under those conditions?
Okay. So we basically got kind of
Kyle, just take
as
a
a
guess.
human,
You don't need
we
to
can-
analyze this.
we can keep a
this is not
human. That's the question, right? We
He
can
was
keep
not
a
on dry.
human
He was not
alive.
on dry ice, Kyle.
Right.
You can't. It's just he's getting a grain of rice and a drop of water every day.
Okay.
How long do you think he can stay alive? According to Hope Wade.
Well, if I can only speak on personal experience, then
Please
I would
do.
be dead in less than a week.
Boo!
Right.
Okay.
It's going to be longer than that because
I would say
John's
Hope,
ruining everything.
Hope Wade was like, how long is it going to take me to marry 7 wives here in Salt Lake City?
That's a good point. Yeah.
So
Maybe
turning
that's
this onto a Mormon
it,
thing.
It could have been a Mormon.
I'm going to say 1 year.
Okay, it's a good guess, John Swayze.
Okay,
Mike
good.
lived.
Where are we?
Mike lived for 18 months without a
Wow.
head. And all of that time, he was on tour. Like they were making money hand over fist. So they started in California where the soldiers were coming home in 45. And they went across the Southeast or all of the South U.S. But New Mexico, Arizona,
like,
Texas.
like a circus or what's
Yeah.
It was a sideshow. Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah, it was sideshows, it was festivals. Like Hope Wade knew just where to go. Like he had connections all over the Southeast USA and would take Mike from coast to coast.
That's because Grandpa Glog, it passed on. He had that je ne sais quoi.
It sure did. So the Lloyds were making loads of money. And this would have kept going for years, maybe, except for a second hapless moment from Farmer Lloyd. Mike died. Mike died in the spring of 1947, quote unquote, by accident.
No.
During the tour, Mike would sometimes start to choke on mucus and needed assistance in clearing out his throat to make room for water and grain. So Lloyd and Hope would keep a bulb syringe around to stick down his esophagus and clear mucus out of his throat so he could breathe, eat, and drink.
Great.
So-
That's so sexy.
Isn't this nice?
Mhm.
So while Mike was down in Phoenix at a sideshow, they all went back to the motel room with Mike, like the humans and Mike went to a motel room to rest up for another big day at viewing.
So they go to a motel, 2 humans and a headless chicken.
3 humans, Mike, his wife. No, maybe the wife stayed home at the farm, keep things going. It was Lloyd and Hope on the tour, sending money home to Mrs. Hold on, I got it.
Oh, you got it. Well,
Mrs.
hopefully
Olson. Yeah.
Hopefully she had a head.
Yeah, Lloyd's wife was Clara Olson. So she was staying home, tending to the farm. Lloyd and Hope were on tour with Mike, just the 3 fellas. And so Mike started choking, and they realized in the hotel room that they had accidentally left the bulb syringe back at the fairgrounds for the sideshow.
Womp, womp.
Before they were able to find another apparatus to clear his throat, Mike died.
No.
choked on his own mucus.
Yeah, and so as it began, it ended with Lloyd just effing everything up. And now there's a festival in his honor. So here's to the fuck-ups. Congratulations.
And just as, we talked about the Tooth Fairy and...
hang on. So when is the Headless Chicken Festival?
The Headless Chicken Festival is in Fruita, Colorado on May 31st, my birthday. They started the festival in 1999. Like, this story had been around in Fruita for 50 years.
50 years, yeah.
And
so
people
May
knew about
31st.
it. And suddenly the city council of Fruita was like, you know what? We might be able to make a buck off of this. And indeed.
Well, and a buck they made, Jay, because at the height of the popularity, old Mikey and Hope Wade was bringing in, if you can believe this, about $4,500 a month in revenue, equivalent to, in today's dollars, about $65,000 a month.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
wish I had me a headless chicken.
Well, I tell you what, we go down to the farm, we get ourselves a chicken, and we chop its head off and see if it works. If it doesn't, we've got dinner.
Oh.
If it does, we've got dinner for days.
Days.
Yeah. For an eternity.
Yeah, I mean, take $65,000, multiply it by 18 months, and what do you
Let me
got?
tell you
that's pretty good scratch. That's pretty good chicken scratch, if I say
that's
so.
almost $1 million. That's pretty damn good. No, it's not $1 million.
So I'll wrap this up. So the festival takes place every year. It's now coming up in May 31st, which is a great day of 2025. It will be the 26th year of the Headless Chicken Festival in Fruita, Colorado. They have lots of fun stuff. Like,
do they
there's
eat chicken?
They have a chicken wing eating contest. They have a peep eating contest for the children. They have little whirly rides for the kids. They have local rock bands, a 5K run, a car show for reasons, all sorts of great stuff.
You think they'd have a chicken neck festival? I mean, like, they'd eat chicken necks, not chicken wings. Anyway, that's just me.
When's the last time you ate a chicken neck?
I don't want a chicken neck. I don't need a chicken neck. Yeah. Agreed.
That may be why. So
Nashville
anyway,
hot chicken necks.
Listen, look, here's the deal. There are more strange traditions. I even have a couple more from the US of A. I know we have some from around the world. I think maybe we save that for a separate episode another time. Yeah. Because we've done pretty good here. But like, there's so much more to talk about. Yeah. And I hope we can. But for now, maybe those are pretty strange. Well, we did it. We finally hit bottom. I knew we could. Thanks, everybody. If you'd like to learn more about this finely distilled product, visit bottomofthebarrelpodcast.com, where you can find our previous episodes, merch, and even some Patreon options. If you want to tell us how smart we are, or how stupid we are, or if you have a topic you want us to dive into, hit us up on our socials. Bottom of the Barrel Podcast is on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Research, writing, and hosting duties for Bottom of the Barrel are taken up by John Swayze, Kyle Jones, and Jay Hickman. Our producer and sound engineer is Dave Lasco. Our business and digital manager is Olivia Swayze. And our composer-arranger is Jonathan Benjamin. We also offer our sincere appreciation to our collaborators, without whom we'd merely be floating somewhere around the middle of the barrel. Big thanks to Afshar Karat, Keegan Dalio, and Patrick Marrero. Finally, we'd once again like to thank our sponsor, Trinicom, which you can find at trinicom.com. That's TRINICOM.com. We'll see you next time at the Bottom of the Barrel.